Kingdom Mental Health Services out of Derby, Vermont set my daughter up for failure without a doubt, knowingly and willingly. Chris Mitchell, the supervisor over the staff, which is the same staff that put Brianna in the predicament, giving her the wrong medications and such. Here's the conversation that I had after Brianna asked them if she could get some assistance and why are they putting her on a layover in New York City by herself, knowing the whole situation. Set up for failure? That's what I ask. Okay, so knowing that Brianna has a medical condition, and I'm going to bring this up. Brianna has a medical condition, and she's also noted to have needs through mental health services. Seems how Chris Mitchell, Desiree, and Tish are all aware of her medical diagnosis. Chris Mitchell spoke with Brianna yesterday, as well as she's been in contact with Desiree. And the fact is that Chris Mitchell, being the boss, did not help set Brianna up with adequate travel or observation, let alone the travel necessities being food and her medical condition being a heightened risk. So therefore, I'm going to ask that you try to reach out to some people for Brianna, and you request them to contact her and make provisions for her to have a safe transfer. This is not her obligation. This is something that is at the hands of Northeast Kingdom Mental Health Services. And being that said, somebody needs to make provisions for this girl to get home safely, and that includes her emotional status, her medical status, and reminder that on September 7th, Brianna was put on a bus and did not get found. She was entered into the missing persons report in Daytona Beach, Florida. She was found in a hospital. There were medical decisions that had to be made for Brianna's care. This was just recently at the hands of Northeast Kingdom Mental Health Services. So therefore, let's try to reach out and find somebody that's going to make provisions. Brianna's not safe to go on a bus on a trip like that with no place to go, knowing that she's got medical conditions and no fundings.
Excuse me.
And she didn't want to answer the question. She was more concerned if I was recording. So knowing that I'm the only one that spoke, I didn't record her responses because she had none. Therefore, I have the right to record myself, and I did record myself. And if she doesn't like the fact that I recorded myself, that's too fucking bad. Because
are you recording this conversation?
it doesn't matter. You're recording, aren't you?
It does. No, I'm not recording, and you do not have permission to record.
Well, I didn't ask you if I had permission or not. I'm telling you that this girl needs to be put on a bus or a plane, or somebody come give her adequate.
You do not have permission to record me. And
I didn't tell you I was recording anything.
Brianna, not you.
I don't care what you say. The point is, that's the end. She hung up because she can't take it. Because why? Because they know that they have wronged my daughter. They wrongfully took my grandson from my daughter. And it is all their problem with the fact that they gave my daughter the wrong medications purposely, dropping them off in the evening time so there was nothing she could do but take medications, or they were going to try to take her son away from her. And that's exactly what they did. This was a premeditated situation. They started it back in February of 2021, and it's taken 8 months since they took my grandson from my daughter to get my daughter safely back to the area. And now they want to try to, what? Get rid of her again? They did this. This is a repeat of history. They did this shit to me back 15 years ago. They just did it to Brianna and continued to do it to her. And now she's going to be getting on a bus and traveling. She has to go for a layover in New York City overnight. She's only going home to Vermont, but she has to travel from Maine to Boston and hit every spot in between. A layover in Boston, then go to a New York City and lay over there overnight with no food, no place to go, nothing. And they're aware of this. And that's what I want everybody to be aware of, is the abuse that is taking place out here by mental health services, Northeast Kingdom Mental Health Services, Derby, Vermont.